Hey guys, Clone72 here, and today I'm going to be showing you a very special game in the VK4502B. This is the most damage I have ever done in my entire long career on World of Tanks, and I just so happened to capture it. So I'm going to be sharing it with you guys, and I hope you guys all enjoy. So we are on the new map, Windstorm, the new-ish map, for console anyway. It's been out on PC for quite a while, and I'm playing in the unnerfed, well, the buffed and not yet nerfed VK45.02B. This is the other German Tier 9 heavy tank, not the E75. I like the E75 a little bit better. It seems to have a better upper plate. The upper plate's not as thick, but it's more well angled. This thing can get premium shells through its upper plate. E75 does a little bit better against the premium rounds. So this thing has 200 millimeters of frontal upper plate armor and 200 millimeters of lower plate armor. So this thing you don't want to shoot in the hull. And a little bit of a on-the-move shot into the RU. Very fortunate there. He's never going to go through me. There's not much he can do. He has to hit my cupola. So what do you want to do with this tank? You don't really want to side scrape, because when you do, smart people will shoot you in the turret. Because, oh, he's side scraping, better shoot his cupola. But if you go around showing your front like you're not supposed to, but in this tank it's okay, they'll shoot you in your lower plate and they'll bounce off. So a shot there, tracking the IS and setting them on fire. So I'm going to try to finish off this RU. Do an auto lock there. And the Tiger 1 gets me permatrack, so I decided to use my repair kit and repair it. And re-angle. And now there's not much he can do. So now I'm going to shoot him right in the face. Nice roll there. Almost even. Now the IS is trying to find a shot. Somebody bounces off. And the IS retracts me. He just waited for my tracks to go up before he retracted me. Tried to find a shot in the cupola. Wasn't quick enough on the trigger, so I held. Now I'm going for this hammer here, and once again I'm going to be doing what I said earlier, which is show your front. Oh, but first there's a Black Prince. Now this does have a long aim time, but because it's so slow, the circle doesn't get much bigger. So that really helps out. Now Arnie is in place, so I do have to watch out for him. There's a Borsig there. Gotta keep my eye on him. He might be able to go through me. Oh, and then the IS penetrates me. Very good shot there. Oh, and then I get hit by artillery, and my game suddenly goes down. I was slow on the trigger again, and slow on reactions to not pull the trigger. So I fired an unnecessary shell at the Black Prince. And now I'm looking for Artie, because I know he's going to shoot me again. I'm looking for his tracer. But there's the Borsig. He bounces off. My platoon mate dies, and oh, there's the Artie. Well, I one-shot him, and I do, and he's out of the way. So now, I should be safe, as long as I can keep my front towards these guys. But they're on multiple angles. So I see my medium tank moving in, so I think, okay, now's my chance. There's a Vindicator there, the new premium charioteer. He has the Type A, 20-pounder, I believe, but with very good stats on the Type A. So it looks like a very nice tank. 10 rounds a minute, so you can probably get down to that about 5-second reload with equipment and consumables. The hammer takes out the FE422P because this guy perma-tracked him. Very well done by him. Keeping him there. Oh, and I take an unnecessary hit from the IS. My engine is knocked out, so I wasn't able to turn on time. Our KV3 is now perma-tracked. This Tiger hammer is very good at perma-tracking. He's just shooting people in their tracks. And he does it again. No, he doesn't. Our guy just stopped. But still. So I figured the IS is going to be taken care of. So I move on. Hopefully he doesn't shoot at me. My KV3 dies. So I'm going to move in to shoot this hammer. And then I realize my engine's gone. Don't want to get flanked. So now I'm pulling back. Because I figured he's going to blitz me once he bounces. He does bounce, so now he's blitzing. I got to keep him away from me. I do not turn very fast. Will I reload in time? Yes, I do. He doesn't even aim his gun at me. Now he's gone. And we brought the scores back to a very healthy 9-8. 9-8. Borsig behind, hiding from him with this dead carcass. And now he's down. Now it's 10-8. And we lose another one by the Oho, who killed my platoon mate and his Conqueror. Now I'm going to see if I can get some rear shots in these guys. I do have a shot in the 75, but that guy is a whole lot more juicy. Because I'm informed he has a derp gun, so he is actually the scariest tank right now, because he doesn't even have to hit me, and he will kill me. Now this is a slim shot here. I decided not to go for it. Not choose it, but I would have chosen it. And then he pulls sideways. Just in case he blind shots, I am pulling back. Now we have 20 damage ribbons, but we did have a fire. So we'll see how much of that is actual damage. Our tiger is moving up. He is in the open from where he is. They can see his upper plate, and against tier 9s, it's not going to do much. But he does shut down the VK452A. Good shot there. Now I'm going to try to find a shot into this E75. But he gets around the corner too quickly, so I hold my shot. It's a good thing I did, because here comes the oh-ho. Oh boy, guys, this is going to end my trip. No! He doesn't fire, and he finally fires. He was aiming at the Tiger 2 instead of me. I'm not sure why. I would have, if I was him, I would have shot the VKB. But thank goodness he didn't. Now a nice side shot in E75, and I immediately realized, oh boy, that's an E75 and oh-ho, and we're not doing very well, and a mutant. So I load my premium. Angle for the E75. Now I angle for the mutant. Actually, the mutant already fired and bounced off, so I went one from the other. So I focused down the mutant because I don't want these guys to shoot me from two different angles, and he's a one-hit. So I take and get him out of the way. So now this guy's aiming at my lower plate. So I go for his tracks, hit above his tracks, don't track him, and I move in to the hammer. I thought about not using the hammer as cover because if I use the hammer, then he's going to aim at my turret, and my turret is the weakest part, and if he loads premium, he can go through. Side of the turret goes right in. Now he's a one-hit, and he just fired. We have the same exact reload, so I know I'm going to beat his reload, and I do have premium loaded, so I just have to put a well-placed shot into his lower plate, whatever he gives me. There it is, right in, and now there's an oh-ho. I'm going to pull back because I think he's moving in on me, and I don't want that. Now there is a Centurion back there, and that's what I checked for to see what that tank was. It's a Centurion 7-1, and there's the oh-ho. I'm not quite loaded, but he was not quick enough on the trigger, and down he goes. And that Comet is now fighting a Centurion 7-1, who is full health. But it looks like the 7-1 is either firing Hesh and didn't penetrate, or he's got the 20-pounder, and he shoots again. He's definitely got the 20-pounder, so he will not be able to penetrate my front very reliably. But he does have a really good reload. You can see my little bit of frustration there. I was hoping the Comet would have capped, because he was capping, but he jumped off, and I'm not sure why. I guess he thought we were going to win when we brought the scores back and made it 10-8, and he jumped off. So now I'm like, oh boy, what's going to happen? And I figured, you know what, I think he's going to go into town, so I pull back a little, and I aim my gun over there, hoping that's where he's going to come from. Keeping it aimed. And he does knock down a tree, so I know he's coming. I aim up for his tracks, and it goes up into his engine deck instead, but that's okay. Now he's pulling away. He does aim. Please don't be firing HE. And he bounces off my upper plate. Will I get another shot into him? I do. Now he's hopefully a good roll, or maybe an engine fire, and I can kill him. But probably not, because I think that thing has 720 hit points. And I have a 490 alpha gun, so he's going to take 2 more hits. There he is again. I try to climb this hill to get to him, but I cannot. So now I can see where he's poking, so I'm aiming up at his turret ring. I don't want to hit him in the mantlet, but I figure he's going to poke again. There is a bush in between him and I, so he might disappear. And, oh, I shoot him right in the mantlet, instead of shooting lower into the turret ring like I said I should. But now he's moving up. He clearly underestimates my reload. And now he's closing the distance, which is what he should have done a while ago. I aim up at his tracks, and I track him. But he does indeed have a repair kit, and he repairs. And I think, oh, he's coming straight in. No, he doesn't. He decides to go behind the wreck of this dead tank. So now it's, do I show my front? Do I side scrape? What do I do? Will he catch my inside drive wheel? So I decide I'm going to side scrape and hope he doesn't aim at my cupola. And we'll just see. But he's showing his rear. So that means if I side scrape, he cannot hit my turret, and I aim up my shot, and it goes in! Taking down the game. Whew. That was pretty intense, guys. I remember my heart was pounding so hard when I was playing this game. And all the stars just aligned. It was a very lucky game. I didn't require it. Anyway, 7 kills, 9,965 damage, 90,000 credit without any ops. I think there was a Dunkirk op going on, so I got all the points. And I had a ×3 multiplier, which is why I get 11,520 experience points. I got a Steel Wall, Spartan, Devastator, Top Gun, High Caliber, and wait, a first class. 2,560 base experience points, guys, and it was a first class. Now, the reason it was a first class was because there was a bug and aces were not working, and I tested it. I got a 2300 base XP game in my motherland, and it was a first class. My next game was a 1400 base XP game. Base XP. So from the team sheet, and it was a first class as well, and both of them were victories. So there was a bug going on. So this would have been an ace on any other day, because I'm pretty sure this is better than 99% of games played in this tank. But I could be wrong. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please think about hitting that like button, and then maybe throw in a comment and yell at me or whatever you want to do. And subscribe. Till then, this is CoolGuy72. Peace out.